Hey peeps, yep, it's me again, and here I'm reviewing an item that I bought a while ago. I bought it before Christmas to get me through the winter time, and it's this little Kampa heater. It's a little gas heater. It runs on these cartridges, similar to the same ones as are used in most camping stoves. So I thought it was a brilliant idea that I can use one lot of canisters for both my camping stove, for my cooking and for my heating. And it's pretty simple. They fit inside there. The only thing I would say with this one, it's not got, you can see there, on my camping stove, it's got a flip over so that this sits in nicely. But this one's only got that little groove there for it to go into, and it doesn't actually touch that bit there. And what you do is once you got it in place, you pull down that lever. You have to get it right in place, else it squirts out gas at you, which isn't great either. But once you've got it in place, no squirting out the gas. As you can see, it's then in place, and then that little divot there does actually go into the canister, but on the other one it's got an actual arm that flips over, which holds it in place a lot better and gives you a little bit more security that it ain't gonna fall out of place, because as you can see that still can move around quite a bit. Of course that goes up like that. You've got a choke on it here. We did come with a ring on it, which made it a little bit easier, but the ring just kept falling off, and you could get yourself like a decent key ring or something that would go in there to make it easier to pull out. But what you do is you pull that out, and while that's pulled out, you twist the knob at the side round all the way until, hey presto, it goes on. Count to about 10 seconds, then let go, and voila, you got a heater. And it's got variable heating on the side, so you can slow it down and speed it up. And I've got to say, it really does produce a lot of heat. It does make it very warm inside, but there is a big catch to this, and the reason that it wasn't much good to me in the winter time, because once the canisters get their butane canisters, and I've been told that if it ran on propane, then this would work fine, but if you had use a propane canister in here, it would burn out the filament, because propane burns hotter. And I've been told the butane canisters don't work well at low conditions. So if you try and use this and it's already freezing cold inside your van, it then splutters, and after 1 minute it stops, and then you have to restart it again, and you're doing that for ages. I've been told to put them in warm water, but then I'd have to get I'd have to get my kettle out and my cooking stove, and I'd maybe have the similar problems with that there. They'd be spluttering. So it's a great idea. I haven't actually had the problems even in low heat with it spluttering on my cooker, but maybe it's like a different setup. But on this, it just does not work very well. It works absolutely perfectly now. Today's a nice warm day. This is boiling hot, and as you can see, you can probably see on here, it's hard to see on the screen, but it is actually lit up nice and red, as I can see here, but it doesn't show up much on there. But it's blasting out the heat, and yeah, it's a pity, because this would work as a fantastic little heater. It's got a little carry handle, it's also got a little handle thing in there, and yeah, it blasts out the heat. But the problem with it was just when you needed it, it didn't work because of the cold conditions. The cold canisters inside this made it splutter and stop, and you had to keep redoing it every few seconds. And in a way, it got you hot, because you got so angry with it and flustered with it, keep starting it and then it's stopping again, then starting it again. So in a way, it did keep me hot because I was moving about a lot, trying to keep it going all the time. But yeah, it wouldn't be the best thing that I would use for inside thing. The other thing is you have to worry about carbon monoxide levels. I had a carbon monoxide alarm, but I did buy a cheap one. And the problem with the cheap alarm was every time I went around the corner it went off. So that annoyed me. So I decided I'm going to go away from naked flames. Partly because this just doesn't work at all. But also I did have the worry about it. I was trying to keep good ventilation going, but I was still worried about carbon monoxide poisoning. So I'm going away from that, and I'm having electric flameless heating and just relying on electric. And in my next van I will have more batteries. So I'm just going to turn this off now. This is absolutely boiling hot. Yeah, so in my next one I'm going to have just rely on electric, and I'm going to have 4 or 5 batteries, maybe even 6 batteries. May sound like overkill, but everything in my van is going to run off electric. I'm not going to have any gas at all. No propane or butane gas cylinders or anything. Everything's just going to run off electric, so I'm going to make sure I have a good bank of electric, and I'll explain in other ones, but this is a review of this. I'll say it's a great little heater if you want to use it inside your house as like a backup heater if your heating goes off, or in maybe like in a garage if you're working in there. It's fantastic. But for camping and for caravanning and motorhoming, I don't think it's very good, just for the reasons that when you need it, it just doesn't work because it's so cold. It'd be fine. Maybe you could leave it round somebody's, but that's, when you're camping full time or you're away from home, you can't really leave this round somebody's to keep it warm for you then to turn it on and then take it out to your van. So out of 10, I'd probably give this a 5. 5 because it works well when it works, but it just lets you down so many times that it's a bit of an afterthought at using the butane and not propane cylinders. And also a few knocks down for the mechanism of holding this in place, because that doesn't seem that secure. And as you heard then, that easily bings up as well. If you move it around a bit, that bings up as well. Also, I did notice that if you have this sat down somewhere and it is quite sturdy, but if you then decide to move it a bit and you knock it a bit too much, you get massive flames coming up. And I did have a scary moment one of the times when I was using it. I had like 3-foot flames, and I like opened up my door and just chucked it out of the door. So yeah, it works quite well, but as I said, only 5 out of 10. And I will leave in the comments a link to this, but I'll also leave in the comments a link on Amazon to the product I will be buying for my next van, which is small electric radiator, slimline, which should whack out quite a bit of heat, but it uses a low wattage. And of course I'll be doing a review on that as well when I get it. So thanks very much, peeps. Please like, subscribe and comment below, and until next time, peeps, it's goodbye.